Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for you, all people. You know, usually I like to put a few thoughts together. Today I want to shoot from the hip. And the reason that I want to shoot from the hip is because it's been so long that the world has existed. And the things that started in the beginning are still continuing to exist. And it appears as though few people are familiarizing themselves with or coming into the knowledge of the truth that would liberate them from the hell for which we live. And I think that most of us go through this in our early life because we're introduced to all of the evil things of the world. We got nice, kind things that we say to represent God or heaven or what's right, but they are just sayings. They have their limitations. They will go to a certain point, and when the challenge truly comes, then hell wins. Periodically, heaven wins. I think this is why they say that it's a straight and narrow way to heaven and a broad, wide way to hell, and everybody seems to want to follow it. It reminds you of the mega churches just loaded down with people. And I heard the other day that somebody went up in there with a gun, and I heard the pastor say, well, you know, we got our church protected, we got a lot of people. And I'm thinking about protection, guns, protecting the church inside where you're supposed to be talking about peace and prosperity and freedom. When you're supposed to be talking about life, someone is coming in there and they're using a gun. But they're not using the gun because you are talking about peace and prosperity and freedom. They are using the gun because what you're talking about is not eliminating the pain and suffering that's out there in the street. It's not eliminating the pain and suffering that people go through every day. It is not doing anything as far as retarding the hell in which we live. As spokesman and advocate for basic human rights, ladies and gentlemen, my message was to tell you that God created this earth that I'm standing on right now. This body that you can see, it was created by God. The camera that is videotaping this and recording it so you can use it, all of that information came from God for the purpose that it can be used for what it is being used for. However, every good thing that God sends to this earth through our imagination for us, we the people, to benefit from, there's always something there to use it for evil. To use it for evil. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. We were sent on this earth, this big, wonderful earth. You can't see too much of it now, but I'm sure you can see some of the grass. It's kind of brown. You know, winter is getting ready to leave, I think. After a while, it'll be green. You don't see the green leaves on the trees because they're not there. The season is beginning to maybe make a change. This Minnesota can't be too sure there. But the point of it is that everything got to go through what it has to go through to be whatever it is. And so God has made this earth to do its thing. The earth does its thing. It houses the food. It stores the resources that are needed, that we ourselves cannot produce. So we say they're natural. They come from the power that made it. And for what purpose? Not to just sit out here and be beautiful, but to be used for the purposes for which they were made to be used, for those who would use it. My. And then God sent people like me and you on this earth to engage ourselves in life, to be an extension of God's Spirit through the various bodies, doing the various things that we will be given to do through our imagination. We don't know where it's going, but it's going. And everything we need to go. And being an instrument of God, engaging ourselves in the process. We suffer for nothing. We live in peace. We're prosperous. We're free. We're joyous and happy. And we live the dreams for which we have been set out to live. Our needs, our wants, and our desires are met. We suffer for nothing. And yet someone comes along and says, we're better than that. And when they say we are better than that, they're not talking about all of us. They're talking about those that's willing to do those things that would make it appear that way. Those that are willing to lie, to cheat, to steal, to be haters and racists and bigots, to terrorize and to take guns and kill and to go into war, to be slave owners and stand land. My God, don't you know that's from the pit of hell? Everything that we have been taught about what is wrong has been expressed through the actions and the mouths of Donald J. Trump. And America is going crazy. They can't even stop loving him. He's winning in campaign for the Republican nomination and doesn't even have to campaign. They say, we heard enough of his evil. We want him. We want him. We want him. We want him. And the Democrats, they want you to think that they are so wonderful. They are not wonderful. They're just the other side of the coin. Both of them doing the same thing, being spent to deny God's blessing to all of the people on the face of the earth. People living on the streets under tents in the wintertime. And I hear somebody on the news say, well, we've been moving, getting them off the streets. Where you sticking them at? I don't know, but we sticking them someplace. We can't have people coming through town looking at them. Look at you. You filled with evil. You filled with hatred. You filled with garbage. You can't even understand that houses don't need money. The resources are here. The builders are here. We need more builders. Give them reasons to become more builders, knowing that they can live the life by being builders. Give them reasons to do the things that they've been given to do, knowing that they can live the life that they've been given to live. People are hurting this morning. People are cold this morning. People are going to shelters trying to get some coffee this morning. People are going somewhere trying to see if they can get some breakfast this morning. Some people under the bridges this morning. And some of us are living in our homes, not worried about anything. Why? Because we're selfish. We're looking out for ourselves and ourselves only. And in so doing, the cancer is creeping up on us every day, every way, taking our lives, eating us up, and taking us straight to hell. I remember being a youngster, and I think we all, when we were young, we thought life was okay. Like I said, we were brought up in ugliness, even though we were taught a lot of that ugliness was okay. And we might have said we had us some fun, looking out for ourselves and nothing else. Some of us continued that throughout our lives, but some of us grow up, and when we grow up, we recognize that others are important as well. And then when we grow up and recognize that, we see the role that we play in the ugliness and the requirement of a role that we can play to eliminate that. And so what I say today, ladies and gentlemen, what I have witnessed in my 70s, in fact, I got a birthday next week, I think. What I have witnessed is that the world is getting worse. Putin playing God over there, killing folks, ramrodding folks, got them scared to do anything. The guy in North Korea playing God over there, killing folks, got them scared and marching all in the same old step. I hear a lot of places on earth is doing that. And now you got Donald Trump over here in the United States threatening everybody of what he is going to do. And really making us think that what Putin and those guys and Hitler and those guys that Trump think was so fantastic are nothing compared to what he's gonna do. And what is happening with the people in America, they can't stop talking about him. They can't stop talking about him day and night. Everywhere you flip a channel, they're talking about him. Have they told you anything about the world that you could transcend right now? Have they told you that every last one of you were designed to have a job, a career of your own choosing that give you your greatest happiness? Have they told you one thing about that? Have they told you that that can happen if you wanted it to? Did they tell you that in doing that enough of everything that we as people have determined are essential for us to have satisfaction in life could be made in abundance, that no one on the earth would have to suffer for anything? And that includes, but not limited to, housing, food, and clothing, and shelter, and education, and healthcare, and transportation, infrastructure, and cars, and boats, and televisions, and spaceships, and the moon, and Jupiter. All of these things are out there for us. And there's nothing wrong with it, except when the evil steals it. or it is given to evil. So what I'm saying right now, ladies and gentlemen, what I see, those who love other people, they are known by standing up. Right now, there are people talking about some legislation, maybe to get the people off the streets, but they don't really mean it. I guarantee you, if they themselves who are standing up for people on the streets, were on the streets themselves and had to stand up, they'd be doing a lot more than what they're doing. In other words, this legislation doesn't work. In other words, people must know that this is a game. People must know that the design was not supposed to be like this, that the design was made that everybody should have and can have and must have what they need and require, and that it does not exist because it has been stolen by a demonic mind. It has been stolen by people who support that. Look at Trump, what Trump is doing. Look at all the people that saying, come on Trump, come on Trump. Look at them, black and white, men and women, Americans and others. Come on, come on. They can't wait for evil and dirtiness and stuff to get here because they think it's going to work for them, and it just might. But I want to tell you this. Here's a secret to everlasting life. They say, the devil say, you will not surely die. But the hell we're living in is an expression of death. If you can see it that way, perhaps you can. But what you do see as death is when this body moves no more. And that's going to happen. Whether you're serving the devil or God, that's going to happen. This body won't move anymore. But what about the life that's in the body? I don't know where that goes. I've heard certain things, and I'm not going to be just so audacious enough to tell you that I really know. I might have some beliefs. But what I do know, ladies and gentlemen, is when you stand for what's right today in these bodies on earth. When you do that, I have done that, ladies and gentlemen. I have gone to jail many times. I've been to prison in foreign countries standing up for what is right according to what God has given me. And I tell you that the greatest times I've ever had of being somebody was when I was in that moment. You think this man, I can't think of his name right now, that they say Putin is killed? The man that's telling everybody over that can hear him that Putin is the devil and the people are serving the devil and Putin just killed him? And now the people on earth in different places want to honor him by putting up flowers and saying he's special. Now he's a martyr, he's special. That's not the way to honor him. See, he's free. If there is ever a heaven for people who love folks, that's where he is. He loved folks so much that the devil couldn't stand him. And putting up these little markers, having these little meetings talking about something don't mean a damn thing. You got to stop this bull. You got to stop going along with bull. Why is Putin having his way? Because the people are going along with it. Why is Trump having his way? Because the people are going along with it. I say stop this shit or make them kill you. Don't you kill them. That's the devil's way. But make them kill you. And then let them talk about how wonderful you are. It doesn't matter. God got your back. We got to give God the honor. Don't be scared. I ain't scared. That's enough for now, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you later. Thank you so very much.